on the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down. Now a give up the middle to Moss. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Back now, pressure on its way. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, it's Moss. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now looking to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. Cuts right. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Ford straight ahead. play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Looking for a throw here. Forced out to his right. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
They give up the middle to Ford. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They're throwing it. He brings it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. To the ground with Ford. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
The drive starts with a run by Moss.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He gets this one to Myers. And he takes a shot. But it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
A gain of 12. And the Raiders first down.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Flush down now to his left. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. This is hauled in by Myers. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Right back to Moss now. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punts, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Ford. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jack Jones making that tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another one for Ford. Escapes a defender. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Back to throw now. Finds his back complete. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one's complete to Njoku. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
That's more of the catch out left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Browns with a 3rd and 3. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Complete. It's Myers. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. Completes it to his running back, Zach Moss. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down from the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders bump the lead up to 13 points. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. His return starts at the 5. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Take it to him! Come on, offense! Let's go! Take it to him, offense!
First and 10, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
At the 16-yard line.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders might be able to get some points late after the interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. Has the direction, but not the distance. It falls just short. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. All in left side. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Elandon Roberts coming over for the hit.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep the football, but lose a significant amount of yardage on the play. The Browns are lined up to punt. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Raider football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that falls incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Dropping back to throw. Moss hauls it in. The defenders are there to get him at the line. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll try the left side with Moss. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll throw it. Escapes out to the left. He's keeping it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Third down from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And they'll bring him down, but some nice damage done on that return. The return game a weapon here as he picks up 27. And the Browns will go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 26-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. From the gun, it's Ford. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. Looking to his fullback now. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Man in motion here. Working inside the red zone. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Browns get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Trey Tucker to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This our last play of the quarter. They'll throw to begin this drive. He gets this one to Myers. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
13, round 7.
the gut, they go with Moss. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Running on 2nd with Moss. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 12-yard line.
Getting out to his left. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That pass complete to Moss. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll throw on 1st. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. He's back to throw. They did it! He made the interception! Long Thornhill takes it away. And the Browns have some new life in the fourth. Man, he really lobbed that one downfield, didn't he? Tried to lay it in there for a big completion. I think he just got a little too much loft on it, though, and it's intercepted.
I really do think in that spot, though, Kate, it was the right type of throw.
Yeah.
But that air, in this league, you put air on the football as a quarterback, you better be exactly right, because as fast as these defenders are, they can recover and go get it, which they did right there.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. Takes out a one-stop. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
To throw here on first down. Moore's got it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns down by a touchdown. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 31. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Raiders make the play that should win them this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, and they go right back to it. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Moss with another carry. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Going to the ground again on first. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now a give up the middle to Moss. And second verse, same as the first. He's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Give to the fullback, diving straight ahead. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
They may be a dying breed in the NFL, but this is why fullbacks will continue to be used by some teams each and every year. Those bigger bodies, they're almost always good for a positive gain before someone can drag him down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter.